Mm. Hello, all. Just getting my angles. Why can I see that? I don't want to see that. It's a secret. Trade secret. Okay, let's get back up, huh? All right. This looks pretty good. Okay. Good morning, Saturday. Nice to see you guys. I know there's a couple people in here. What's up, Maria? I mean, so I'm going to talk about half guard today. And please don't feel patronized. I'm always going to contextualize. Half guard is when someone tried to step over and I caught their leg, or when I started an elbow escape, caught one leg, but not yet the other one. Okay? So it could be I was mounted and I elbow escaped and I caught one leg. Now I've got one leg trapped, or it could be that they were side mounted. They went to step over and I caught one leg. They were side mounted and I elbow escaped and I caught one leg. So, again, don't feel patronized. I'll always contextualize for those who are new in class. That's what half guard is. Half guard is when I've caught one leg between my legs. So like with the kids, I'll tell them, side mount. Next turn, if I had a choice, next turn I'd catch at least one leg, hopefully two. And that's a really simple way to think about being on the bottom of side mount. And mount. I'd roll you over if I could, but at best, I'll catch one leg or maybe two. Two is guard, one is half guard. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what to do on the bottom if the top person is in a position that most people are looking for that you'll ever roll with. Most people that you ever roll with are going to be looking for a top position where you're on the bottom and they've got an underhook on your head. Let's say the person's body is here. They underhook my head so they can give me shoulder pressure. And I would try to dig out the back door, but they got the underhook. So they're under my far armpit. So their body's here. And they've got me underhooked on the head and underhooked on the far arm. A lot of times they'll put their hands together and there's a good amount of weight that they can put on you, okay? So I'm going to do, with our new schedule in mind, I'm going to do not a lot of techniques. I'm going to treat this more like a class. This is based on your feedback. We'll treat this more like a class where we're going to do maybe a little more than a regular class in person, just because repping time in class takes a lot more time, a lot more of the time. So we're going to do today 4 moves. They all relate to the same position, obviously, but including the particular configuration of this position, which is that they've got the head and arm. Okay. So I'm in the bottom of half guard here, and one of my early go, and half guard means, of course, that they're on this side of my body, but I've got one of their legs in my control. Usually I'll just go for a draping control. You don't really need to figure 4 your legs to hold on to this leg. Figure 4 on your legs is tight and defensively strong, but not offensively useful. I might need to do other things with that leg, like we'll see in this. So a lot of times I'm just draped over their leg here, okay? And where I would put a frame in, my arm is out of position. So the first thing to do is to get that frame back, okay? So I'm going to make a fist, and I'm going to put under their chin on top, under their chin, meaning against their neck. I'm going to wiggle this thing in. Not comfortable for the top person, okay? So wiggle this thing in. I'm going to hold their shoulder. I'm not just going to make contact with my fingertips with their shoulder. I'm going to try to catch their shoulder blade, like hook over their back. Their shoulder rounds right here. I don't want to just touch their shoulder. I want to get it up here. Why? Because the blade of my arm is what I'm moving up. And what that does to the top person is, they're on top of me here, and I start doing that. It does this. It creates space. You walk under here. You make this contact, not enough. This one, you start to really be able to move the head. Okay? So half guard, I'm going to work my hand and roto-root this thing across. This is like the roto-rooting escape. And this is really not so much an escape as a guard recovery. So I'm going to delineate things that way. Today we're going to do one guard recovery and a couple of reversals. Okay, wiggle this in, hold the shoulder, get it real deep. Now block the inside of their knee here. So I've got one of their knees, the other's on the ground. I'm going to block the inside, but almost spread their legs if I could move it. Don't feel pressure to move somebody's leg when they're on top of you. But if you could, you'd make even more space. But let's, for right now, talk about maybe the heaviest guy you can think of. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to move me. So I'm going to use my back foot to back my hips up a little bit, and now drive my knee in and recover guard. And we're back to guard, okay? So I was on the bottom, maybe even totally flattened out, my chest, my back flat on the mat, right? I'm going to work to get this in between our heads, hold the shoulder, walk my hand up. You want the shoulder blade. Now you can probably start working onto your side because their head is getting pushed away. Block the inside of the knee, hip out, knee in, and then recover guard. Okay. Let's do that a few times, okay? Flat, I roto root and hold the shoulder. Block the inside knee, back my hips up, put my knee in, and recover guard, okay? Honestly, for most people who have two knees on the ground, this is gonna be all you need to recover guard, okay? They're gonna have to start, to thwart this, they're gonna have to like majorly change the position, okay? So come underneath, hold the shoulder, make sure that's deep, so finger walk that thing. Okay, now get onto one butt cheek, block the inside knee, inside of their other knee, back up, drive your knee in, and wrap your legs around. Okay, I'm gonna do 4 more reps. So I give you some rep time. You can of course be repping while I talk to. Roto root, hold the shoulder, finger walk, block the inside knee, hip out, knee in, and wrap. On flat, they might even be squishing my face. Get this in. That'll get your chin back for you. We'll finger walk up their shoulder. You want to be flush with their elbow, with their shoulder blade. Block the inside of the knee. Get on your side. Hip out, knee in, and wrap. I'm creating a lot of static on this mat right now. Roto root. Hold the shoulder, finger walk. Block the inside knee. Hip out, knee in, and recover. Roto root. Hold the shoulder, finger walk. Make sure you're on your side, block the inside of this knee, hip out, knee in, and recover. I lost count. I'm going to do one more. Roto root. Grab that shoulder, finger walk. That'll give you a little bit of space for your chin. If you were getting smashed here, and you do this, there you go. You can recover your chin. Now you can be getting on your side. Block the inside of that knee, hip out, knee in, and recover. Okay? That's going to be that roto rooting, that reestablishment of the frame on their neck is going to be a huge improvement from your arm dangling out here, okay, from them having the underhook. Okay, the second one we're going to talk about is sometimes you're going to find that when you're trying to roto root this hand in, or when you remember this move and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to get this hand in, you're going to have the feeling, let me kill one thing here. You're going to get the feeling, well, I can't do that. There's not enough space. And that would happen if, for example, the guy on top is not only, let me be the guy on top, is not only underhooking your head and underhooking the far side and holding on, okay? You remember you've got a hold of, this south leg. So not only are they under here and chest to chest, they're driving, north and across and putting their ear against your ear. So life just got a lot harder in these little nooks and crannies. There's like kind of no more space. You are at that point jammed up so much with their head right here that there's no way that you're going to get this in, okay? So we're gonna change the method of escape in this case when you can't get this in. But remember that the problem is that their weight was driving across and north. So the first thing I'm going to do is address their weight. And since my upper body's out of the picture, I'm going to use my lower body. Okay. So with my lower body, the thing I'm going to do is I've got one of their legs in here. Right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put both feet like this, just on top of one of their calves. So I'm here, put both feet on top of one of their calves, and I'm all jammed up. I'm going to push. That's going to push them south, drag them by the leg using your feet and your leg strength. This is a way we are all very strong. Pushing away this way. You're going to essentially drag them by their leg south. It's going to take some weight off you here. And if you can imagine their reaction to you pushing them south, it's going to be to resist and drive north harder, okay? or change position, but you've created the space that you need. Okay, so I've got their leg here, right? And they're smashing me up, and I can't get this in. I'm going to find their leg. I do have one thing in my evil clutches, and it's their leg. So I'm going to put my palms of my feet, what are those called? Soles of my feet on their calf, and I'm going to, with weight on my heels, and you can do this at your house, you know, push away. That's going to drag them south on my body. Now, my arm is still out of position, and I wish things were different, but this arm just became useful. When they start to drive back in, I'm actually going to grab their belt, so we're going to talk about gi. This will be more of a gi move in my mind, although there's a no gi version. I'm going to hold their belt now. So I was just here, my arm sort of out of position, push them down. Now, hold their belt, because the next thing you're going to do is help them drive north. But I need one more grip, and it's their knee on the outside. So their inside knee is down there. Outside knee's over here, so I'm going to grab this. Now, when they drive back into me, I'm actually going to help them move north. But I need the main thing of this move, and the next move too, actually, is a butterfly hook. So I'm going to put that in here. So why am I able to do that? Well, when I pushed their calf away, when I was jammed up and I pushed their calf away, their knee went with it. So there's a little space right here I can get this hook. So the three things you need are, after pushing them away, I'm jammed up, I put my feet on their calf, push them away. The three things you need now are a butterfly hook, hold the belt with the arm that was out of position, hold the belt, and then hold the outer pant, the outer knee here, the material on the outside of their pant here. And now when they come back in, I help. I'm gonna help lift them north. They're gonna drive back in to smash my face up again. But this time, by driving north, they make their lower body light, and I'm gonna use these are their two legs, right? One of their legs is draped over this, and one of them I got a grip on. So when they drive north, I can actually lift those up. I'm helping pull them north with the belt and lifting these two things up, and then I can put them back in my guard. So I can actually, what's gonna happen to them is they drive north, and you have a hook here, and you have your hand here, and you're actually going to pick up their legs, and you're going to put them back in the guard. Okay? Because they were driving so hard, again, because they were driving so hard that their legs became light. Because all my weight goes onto my, elbows when I'm miming it, but also when you're doing it. Okay. So let's do some reps on this one. Okay? And I'll talk through it, and maybe you've got it. Just rep right through my talking, right over my talking. Okay. So I'm getting smashed up. I'm going to put my feet on the calf, extend away, right? Now I need three things. I need a hook, the belt, and the pants at the knee. Now I pull everything north, and my knee grip and my foot go up, and then I just put this leg in my guard. It's actually a super simple move. I'm just giving you a lot of the kind of why and where. Okay, so I'm getting smashed up. I push them south. I get the belt and knee and a butterfly hook. Pick them up, put them back in guard. I'm smashed. I shove their leg away, underhook it, hold their belt, hold their pant, bring them north and up, lift up their legs, and put them back in guard. Let's do 4 or 5 more, right? I'm smashed up. My soles of my feet on their calf, push it away. I'm going to underhook it. That's a little butterfly hook, we're calling it. Hold the belt, hold the pant, knee. And when they drive back in, lift the foot hook and the knee grip here and put them back in guard. You're going to be surprised. Maria, if you're still here, you could do this to Tom, somebody who's driving forward like that, their legs get light. So you'll be amazed who can do it to who. Last few. Extend away. Get these three things. That's my hook, the belt, and the pant. And then when they drive in again, I lift these two things. These are their legs. And then I put their legs back in my guard. One of them's in my guard already. Last two. Extend. Get these three things. When they drive in, lift, put them back in guard. Extend, right? Butterfly hook, belt, and pant. When they drive back in, put them back in full guard. Okay. If you only knew these two moves, you'd be good against most people. Most people, what they want on top of half guard is this top position with 2 knees on the ground, controlling your head, controlling your forearm. I would say, we do top half guard just a little bit different at PMA with our elbow on the far side, yada yada. But most people you ever face are going to do this. So except each other, and I'm going to give you tips to mess each other's games up as well. What's up, Sean? What's up, Taylor? I know some guys came in. I think Dan's here. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, you can comment if you want, if you can or can't. I'm sure hopefully you can. By now I might have heard about it. All right, so the next one that we're gonna do is, yeah, okay. So this is actually, there's sort of a trap and roll from bottom of half guard, and we're gonna look at that now. Okay, so they've got my head, my arm, okay, and I've got the one leg. We're in here, and I've got the one leg in half guard. What I'm gonna do is switch my feet. So this one's over their leg, and I'm gonna switch it to this one being over their leg, okay? There's plenty of space between their knees here, so I'm just gonna go from this one overhooking to this one overhooking. Here to here, okay? My arm is out of position because they're underneath it and they're under my head. But them being under my arm, and I'll do this from mount sometimes too. Sometimes someone tries to walk your arms up. Them being under my arm is an asset to them, but it's kind of funny that being over their arm is actually an asset for me, right? For a trap and roll from mount, if I'm mounted and somebody starts walking this up, my immediate reaction is like, okay, well, if you want me to be over your arm, I'm going to trap it this way, okay? And that's what we're going to do here. They have an underhook, which in every, by every definition is an advantage for them from top here. But actually, if I can catch it, and I'm going to do it just by bringing my hand to my hip, I'm not going to do something as obvious as like a big flexion here and closing my wing. I'm just going to do this, okay? So the two movements that we're going to start with are from bottom of half guard, this arm's out of position. I'm going to switch my feet and bring my hand to my side. I've now trapped their right foot and right hand. But anyway, I know the image is reversed on Facebook. The foot and hand on the same side are now blocked. So I could turn my hips this way and roll them, okay? But there's an improvement we can make even on that. But hopefully you see how simple it is. I'm just switching my feet and I'm blocking their arm at my side. Now again, it's hard to roll that way if I'm on my right. It's hard to roll left if I'm on my right side, unless I can shift my hips underneath, right? And then I can start to go this way. So if you remember only that, you'll still get out of some bottom half guards, right? But there's a piece we can add that makes it even better. So it's this here. I'm going to switch my feet, underhook the knee of the other leg, like right. The knees are on the ground is what we're talking about today. Knees are on the ground. One's in between my legs. One is here. I switch my legs and I trap this arm, and I'm going to underhook the other leg. Now I'm going to put my feet on the ground because that helps me switch my hips, and it's this here, right, to get up. Now, by the time you get to your knees, they might have escaped the arm that you caught under here. So they might have, let's see, if I'm the top person and you do this to me, and you I was under here, and you trap and you start to roll me, there's a point when I might get this out, but that's why we have the underhook on this leg. What I want you to do when you get to here and you're under on that leg is get your head up high. Because what's going to happen is I was here as the top guy. You trapped, and then underhook this leg, and you start to go, right? And when I get this base, if you stand up real tall, you're still going to knock me over, okay? So hopefully you're with me on imagining it. This is the third of 4 moves we're doing. All pretty simple. I'm explaining them in depth, but they're all pretty simple movements. For this one, my arm's out of position here. I'm switching my feet and bringing my arm to my side and underhooking this leg. Now I'm just going to switch my hips and come up. Right? And when I get up, I'm going to get up tall. Okay? Let's do that again. Try and stay in frame here. Okay? So switch your legs and bring your hand to your side, right? Switch your legs and bring your hand to your side and underhook this one. Now I have to put my feet on the ground in order to switch which side of my feet that my hips are on. So I need to get them on this side. And this is me getting up and getting tall. Okay? So that leg is on my shoulder. I want to be up so tall that the person who catches themselves still gets knocked over. Okay. Now let's do like 4 of them, okay? 4 more. So switch your legs and trap the arm, underhook the leg. Switch your legs, trap the arm, underhook the leg. Now switch your hips and get up tall. Switch your feet and trap their arm, underhook the leg. Switch, this hand just comes to your butt basically. This one goes under their leg. Now it's a big hip switch and get on top and get up tall. 2 more, if I'm counting right. Switch your legs, underhook this leg, block this arm. Get up tall. Last one. My arm's out of position here. Switch your legs, trap their arm. Trap their arm is just this. Switch your legs, trap their arm, underhook their leg. Now it's a big hip switch. I'm facing you all the way to the other side and get up tall. Okay. So that's like kind of a trap and roll from the bottom of half guard. And we use an underhook on their leg to really help us finish that. Otherwise, you could imagine that hand shooting out would be the end of it. They would catch themselves and they'd be fine. But because we underhook the leg, we can get on top. Okay. The last one I'm going to show goes back to something that we did a little bit earlier, which was to use a butterfly hook. Because the butterfly hook that I created before, if you remember, was by doing this, pushing their calf over with my feet and then just underhooking. There's a lot of ways to create a butterfly hook, and I'm going to leave us at one. Let's just still do that. Push their calf away, underhook, right? You're gonna find that's something you're able to do a lot of the time. Now, when you underhook their leg, I'm only going to say this once because it's sort of a detail. It's going to be maybe hard to imagine, but underhook the leg, also kind of cover their lower leg. So this leg can't be out of the picture. You got to kind of be over their leg. But we're going to need this foot in a sec. So I just want to say that. You have an underhook, but just so they don't step out of your hook and go backwards, you want to kind of block their lower leg as well. Okay, so that's a good butterfly hook position. Okay. And the move that we're doing here is going to be this. Same head and arm control that they have. I push away and I get a butterfly hook. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to rock them toward my butterfly hook, toward the butterfly hook. Okay. So that's effective because they're usually clamping their arms against me here. I could also kind of block their arm here and do it. And it works for the same reason. It moves the person for the same reason that our trap and roll does, which is, this leg is no leg to base with anymore. He can't put that on the ground if I can lift it up or if I can hold it off the ground. Okay, so they can no longer base there. And, with the arm, boop. And all that's going to happen is they're going to roll kind of across my hips, but this knee is going to come off the ground. So this knee's on the ground and the other one is like draped over here. And when I rock them this way, this leg comes off the ground, only because our legs are only so long. This actually isn't even flexibility. It's just our legs are only so long. So when I bring at the crook of the knee, the whole hip situation over here, this knee comes off the ground. Okay. And all I'm going to do is with a palm up C grip, push that knee and put them back in guard. It's the simplest butterfly half guard recovery that you can imagine, right? Okay. So I get my butterfly hook. I'm going to rock them this way, palm up C grip for their leg, and then I'm going to catch it. So we did one sweep where we rocked them off the ground, their legs got light, and we lifted and put them back in. And that's almost what we're doing here, except we're not rocking them forward, we're rocking them sideways. So I'm going to push away to catch my butterfly hook, and I'm going to just rock them this way. This is not a hands thing. This is just, I'm just rocking my hips. Rock them this way and feed their leg back between my legs. So let's do it 10 times. This one is so simple. Let's do it a few times. So you're gonna palm their calf with your soles of your feet, push away, underhook, and then rock them away. When you rock them away, this knee's gonna come off the ground. So upward C grip, push away, and then just catch them. Okay. Extend, hook, rock, push, recover. Okay. Extend, hook, rock, push, and recover. And the push and recover works so well just because their knee, it doesn't even just get weightless on the ground. It comes way off the ground. It's going to be a breeze to push this in. And again, this is size independent. Okay, so extend, put in your hook, rock them, push the leg back into your guard. Extend, hook, rock, push, recover. Extend, hook, rock, push, recover. Extend, hook, rock, push, recover your guard. Soles of my feet, extend, hook, rock them across toward the butterfly hook, push and recover. I'm gonna do 2 more. Extend, hook, rock, push and recover. Extend, hook, rock, push and recover. Okay, we've got 4 really good solid moves. These are all good escapes for you for the bottom of half guard. Half guard is a super dynamic position. Both people can attack, both people can improve position, and those are kind of those are strategically like our 2 things. Like, what should I do from here? Should I attack or improve position? For example, like just taking that strategic paradigm of those are your 2 things you can always do. You know, I just put on a quiz for kids. You know, you're on the back. Do you want to submit or improve position? I mean, I think you guys know because like you're in one of the best positions. You're in the best position. You can improve position within the position, but that said, in guard, do you want to improve position or do you want to submit when you're in someone's guard? You have to improve position. Submission isn't really supposed to be on the table, right? You should improve position to side mount. And then for new people, for people who are newer at PMA, you know, the way I hope that you answer the question most of the time, which of these strategic objectives should you have from top of side mount, side control? From the top of side control, there are a lot of submissions, but I'd love to see you guys get to where you climb the totem pole of positions all the time. You're always looking for a better position until you're in the best one. So I'd love to see you just finishing from mount and the back. Always look for the back, always look for the mount. From side mount, yeah, sometimes you'll see stuff. Big guys in particular catch a lot of shoulder locks from side control when they're newer, but I still want you to look for mount. So I'd love if your strategic objective from top of side would be to improve position, because you don't want to be the brown belt who never worked on their positional improvement from side mount and they have a garbage mount. Like they never got there, they never saw it, they don't have a good one, and you're high rank now, and it should be embarrassing at that point because you didn't work on it earlier. So earlier guys, that's what I want you to work on. Anyway, half guard, super dynamic. We should be recovering guard. We can also be reversing the person, and we can also be attacking the person. There's good back takes from the bottom of half guard, and we touched on some of those in my brain dump earlier this week. Okay. There's a new schedule. I hope you guys have all seen it. There's going to be a workout of the day that I'm going to shoot. I already shot Mondays, and I'm going to try to stay a couple days ahead of it. Mondays will be the previous week's position. So Monday will be half guard, and then the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be the position that we're working on for next week and the following Monday. Will be all that same position. And that workout of the day is 10 minutes. It's really high intensity. It's a crazy good workout. I've been doing them. I made a spreadsheet that generates them automatically based off of lists of types of exercises, and then I'm going to be putting in a move too. So you're going to work on one of the techniques of the position of the week, one technique, and a bunch of cardio and strengthening. And it's jammed into 10 exactly minutes because I want it to feel super doable to you guys. Okay, so that's what's going on. We'll see you guys Monday at 4:30 a.m. I'm going to post that workout of the day. It's scheduled. I'm not up at that time. So, but I know some of you are up early, and that's when you like to work out. So please try this workout on Monday, and again, continue to give me feedback. After that, besides that workout of the day that comes out Monday, at night I'll be doing a brain dump. When I say brain dump, I mean I'm going to talk about the next position, just a bunch of moves from it. It's not my intention that you can practice along with it, but it's not my intention that you learn perfectly every move I talk about when I talk about 10 moves or 12, some bunch of moves. But I want to do the brain dump. It's good for you. It's foreshadowing for the week, for the classes. Like this is a class that we will do together. You'll see those moves in the morning workouts. It should be a good way to follow what's going on. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being here on Saturday. Today's one of the only nice days I was reminded that we might have for a little bit. So get outside. I'm going to get outside until about 2 o'clock, and then I'm going to get on and maybe shoot dudes with a couple of you guys. If you haven't put your gamer tag for Warzone, if you play on our page, please do. And we can do PMA shoot 'em ups. All right, guys. Thanks so much for your attention and continued support. It means a lot, right? Thank you, guys. Take care. Yes. Peace.